Now, one of the dilemmas that the Muslims are facing in this tragic situation of Gaza is that we are facing liberalism, right? And we need to understand our, you know, we need to understand what is liberalism, right? If you watch the debates on social media, on YouTube, and on the television, most of the people who are arguing for and against the situation in Gaza are both liberals, right? And this is a moral dilemma for us because like let's say you're protesting for Gaza and the person next to you is from the LGBTQ community, right? And most of the students, for example, who were in the universities, I applaud them, but again, I'm talking about that dilemma, right? That we should always think about. The students mostly, right? They are pro-abortion, right? And Islam is against that, right? Now, no, so now that's the problem. Like, this is what I said. Liberalism. We need to understand what is liberalism, right? Liberalism is morality fluid, as I say, right? There is no moral standard in liberalism, right? They can change their moral standards whenever they want. So the people who are arguing for and against the people of Gaza, of the situation in Gaza, they both have no moral standards, right? They can change their moral stance if if things change, for example. They obviously have reasons which they describe in the debates of supporting or going against the situation, the people of Gaza, right? And another example is like when the United States attacked Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they dropped the atomic bombs on these cities. Thousands of people died, right? And the justification is that it's just they had to stop the war, right? It's because of those bombings that the war stopped. Now there is no red line. That's the point. In liberalism, there is no red line. Right? Everyone has their own red line, and that's the problem. They can change their red line whenever they want. Our moral standard is the Quran and the Hadith, right? The Sharia and our religion, right? We have to always make sure that our moral standard is respected, right? When we are taking any action. And this is why I've said that I'm against Israel definitely, but I'm also against what Hamas did because I think that goes against the moral standard of our religion. Now you can argue that the media gave false reports and stuff like that. There is a possibility. I don't deny that, but we should think about also the fact that the media is not in our control, right? So that's another wrong decision that they made. If just logically, if that's a possibility, right? Now that's what I say. Like I always say that if I was a mufti, I'm not a mufti, but if I was a mufti, I would give the fatwa that air attacks are not allowed in Islam because it's impossible to do a surgical strike, through air attacks, and in most of the cases, women and children die and innocent people die. There's so many restrictions in Islam for warfare, like you're not allowed to kill women, children, or hurt them in any way, and old people who are praying in their mosques, or like not mosques obviously, but on their own respective prayer houses, right? So these are our red lines, and we can never cross them. That's the point, because we have a moral standard and liberals don't have a moral standard, and we are facing this moral dilemma that I want you guys to think about. This is something I think no one has talked about, so I wanted to mention this and leave it up to you to think more about it. So jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.